YouTube, what's going on? As you can see by what I got on, don't mind the, don't mind the slides. It's cold. It's cold as fuck. That's all I'm not even gonna draw it out. It's just cold as fuck. Michigan in winter is pretty much here. I was gonna say fast approaching, but it's here at this point, bro. Snowing off and on, like it's here. But with that coming, we have to get something done on the EVO, and that is making sure that this thing is ready for the winter. As you can see, I got the snow tires on, and there's a little bit of salt all over already. We got to protect it from that salt. So what we're going to end up doing today is showing you guys how to spray on fluid film. Fluid film is like I think it's like a sheep wax coating that a lot of people put up underneath their cars to kind of protect it from the salt and all the like bullshit from the winter. You don't want it to rust out. These cars are very prone to rusting out, especially on the rear legs. I think it's just something to do with like early 2000s Japanese steel or aluminum, whatever the fuck they made these cars out of, because Subarus have the same like real big issue. This is gonna be the winter beater. There was no point in me buying an all-wheel drive car not to drive it in the winter. So we're gonna do our best to try to clean this car up today, spray the wax on, and hopefully we can enjoy the car throughout the winter. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and start by getting all this shit off. I ended up buying a little power washer, so I'm gonna get this assembled, and then we're gonna spray everything down, try to get as much salt as we can off. It's only been driven in salt one time, so hopefully this isn't too much for us to just power through. Water here. Pump is powered. Now we should just be able to, whoa, shit. This is my first time using it, so I'm not really, I didn't really know what to expect. Oh yeah, this thing is working wonders already. Wash down the side of the EVO. I should probably, God damn, this shit went through so much. Oh my God, I didn't realize it goes through that much soap. Intermission time. All right, bro, we back. Actual good attire on. Take better care of your body, and I'll take care of mine. Let's go ahead and wrap up on getting all this shit cleaned up. Now we just gotta spray down some water. I think I got most of this salt off. I'll check after this. You can see, pretty much wrapped up. It's like all like still wet and stuff, so yeah, of course it's gonna ice over. I tried my best, but it's cold, so I'm not gonna be able to get all this shit off. We're gonna let it dry, and then come back out here, apply the fluid film, see what it looks like. Quick rundown of what's gonna happen. So I'll power wash the car off, got all the salt off, because you don't want to trap the salt underneath the sheepskin wax coating that fluid film applies on there. Otherwise this whole process would, be pointless. We're going to just spray maybe 2 or 3 coats of fluid film. We're going to avoid the exhaust and most of the engine components. I think I'm going to spray the underside of like the oil pan and maybe the transmission transfer case areas, because I mean they're still exposed, but I'm not really as worried about that as I am the rest of the body. We're also gonna spray the exposed threads for the coilovers. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal, but I want to protect that area of the coilovers just in case we have to raise or lower the car. Make sure we get the chassis legs and then the fender. And then after that, we're gonna install this fender liner that I got from MacLeod. So hopefully installing that fender liner will allow not as much like salt and shit to get inside of the engine bay, because if you look, you open this up real quick, if you look there, And then over here you can see it's kind of exposed, and that's the fender liner area. So we can hopefully block that off and it won't just like get up into here. It'll just be kind of like locally, right, or not locally. Tell them I'm trying to say localized. There we go. Localized to this area, and should be fine. I've already spent way more time than I want on this, so hopefully we can get done with this in about an hour or two. It's actually mostly dry, so I don't think I'm gonna have to use the mallet. Like all of this shit, I think it'll be wiped off. Look at that. Like I said, I'm not gonna hit this. It starts to rust, then this is gonna be time for us to replace this. I think we're gonna end up replacing this at some point anyway, so not worried about that. This might already have some oil on there from that oil leak, so not really sure if it's gonna need it, but we might just hit it with a light coat. Control arms, we're gonna avoid the brakes. We're gonna get all of that shit still. Let me show you what I got for fit. I bought a 6-pack. 6-pack. So it is. It's the corrosion protection, blah blah blah. And then I actually got a spray applicator to make it easy. That way you can just pull the trigger. Bam. Just connects on like that. And you should just be able to spray everywhere. Well, let's get like a couple of test sprays, like right here. And you can't spray it upside down. You gotta hold it like this. Actually, before we do this, let's try to use this to kind of protect the ground from this. Oh shit. Shit stinks. I thought the people were exaggerating this shit. Brother, not the biggest fan of how this shit sprays. Yeah, this might take longer than I expected. Alright, so you're right here. I'm gonna just show you guys what it looks like to spray. Like that. Underside. Ugh. Transfer case. God, this shit stinks, bro. Like, this shit smells foul. For the cross member area, I think I'm gonna switch my strategy for some of these parts. I think I'm gonna more so target the fastener because I guess the control arm has to be replaced. I'd much rather deal with a not seized fastener, not rusted out fastener, than trying to save the whole control arm. So it looks like a greasy mess all up under here, but that's to be expected. I'll show you guys what I got so far. So it's looking like probably need to hit inside of here a little bit more, but managed to try to get some of that too, but missed this area a little bit. It looks dry. So let's go ahead and hit that. I'm also gonna take the wheels off and go ahead and try to apply it all in here. All right, since we missed this area, we're gonna have to hand wash it so that it doesn't get, fuck with everything else. So we just want to really make sure we get all this salt off of here, the coilover for sure. Cover our brakes and go ahead and hit all this. Uh-oh. I think we're running low on our first can. Yep. Refill. Just spray hard now. Been fighting with this for a little bit. About an hour or two. As you can see, this is what it's looking like after sitting for about an hour. It's kind of dry, kind of still wet, but yeah. So I'm gonna continue fighting with this bullshit Rock Auto fender liner, get both sides fit before I go ahead, drop the car, and then move on to the rear. All right, as you can see, nighttime. That shit fought with me tooth and nail to even go in. But I'm gonna show you at least what I'm talking about before I wrap up. EVO 8s, this area right here, it's all part of the rear chassis legs. And this is very, very prone to rusting. So that one, and this one over here, you can see it right there. You can see like some surface rust already starting over here. So yeah, that is the main area of concern, and is the reason that I even decided to do this. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of like examining also. Chassis legs are, one, expensive, and two, very, very problematic when it comes to rust. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray the rest of this shit. I'll give it back on the ramps tomorrow and just kind of show what it looks like after the fact. And then, I don't know, maybe about a week or two after this, we can go ahead and show you guys the effects or how it's looking after 2 weeks of driving it. I don't want to hope for salt and snow, but if that's the case, then you'll see what happens or how it's holding up after 2 weeks. And then after that, we can give you like a full in-depth like look after, you know, the season is over. Oh my god, my camera skills are so ass, but it's because it's fucking freezing. It's like 28 degrees out. This is what it looks like after, I think it sat pretty much for like 2 days. I haven't driven it. Same thing. This looks kind of like a oily mess, but it all looks coated, which is exactly what we were going for and hoping for. You get like a very slight smell when you first start the car up, but it's whatever. It's not that bad. Oh, actually, let me show you guys also where it's rubbing at. So if you remember, I put a spacer on this and it looks like it's rubbing like towards the front and maybe a little bit on the top. I'm gonna take this spacer off, see if it can tuck the wheel a little bit more, and then maybe it'll not ride as bad. Otherwise, push come to shove, I'm gonna just let the tire rub through. I'm gonna just let it rub through. I really don't give a shit about the fender liner like that. They were like 20 bucks, which is probably why they don't fucking fit. And I mean, every summer I'm gonna end up taking them back off, so it is what it is. Maybe y'all can find like some cheap OEM ones, but for now, let's just end the video. I'll give you guys an update towards the end of the season. I don't know, maybe give you like some opinions or finish the review at that time. So peace out for now.